Does Islam believe in free will or destiny? This is one of the oldest and most debated theological questions in the entire Islamic tradition. And the honest answer is that Islam holds both simultaneously in a tension that has occupied scholars for over 1,000 years. The Quranic foundation of Qadar, divine decree or destiny, is one of the six core articles of Islamic faith, alongside belief in God, angels, scripture, prophets, and the day of judgment. The Quran describes God's knowledge as encompassing everything past, present, future, every leaf that falls, every grain in the darkness of the earth. Nothing happens outside God's knowledge and permission. This has led some interpretations toward a strongly deterministic reading. Everything that happens was already known and decreed by God before it occurred. The Quranic foundation of free will. At the same time, the Quran is filled with direct moral commands, warnings, and addresses to human choice that only make sense if humans genuinely choose their actions. God repeatedly tells humans to choose righteousness, warns them against choosing wrongdoing, and holds them accountable on the day of judgment specifically for choices they made. The Quran states explicitly that God does not change the condition of a people until they change what is within themselves, a statement that places clear responsibility on human agency. The theological tension. How can both be true simultaneously? This question split early Islamic theology into competing schools. The Jabriya emphasized predestination so strongly that human free will became essentially illusory. Humans were compared to feathers blown by the wind of divine decree. The Qadariya emphasized free will so strongly that God's foreknowledge became secondary to human agency. Both extremes were eventually rejected by mainstream Sunni theology, which settled into a middle position developed primarily through Ash'ari and maturity theology. The mainstream resolution. The dominant Sunni position holds that God's knowledge of what will happen does not cause it to happen in a way that removes genuine human choice. God's knowledge is outside of time, observing all moments simultaneously rather than a deterministic force pushing events forward. Humans genuinely choose, and that choice is genuinely theirs and genuinely accountable, while God, existing outside time, simply knows what that choice will be. The classical analogy often used: God's knowledge of your choice is like someone watching a play they've already seen. Their knowledge of the ending doesn't cause the actors to say their lines. In practice, this theology translates into tawakkul, full effort combined with trust in outcome, a balance between agency and surrender that most Muslims navigate daily without resolving the philosophical paradox completely. The depth of Islamic theology across 14 centuries continues to reward honest and careful study. Every honest account of this faith adds one more piece to a picture that grows richer the more closely one looks. Context and nuance separate real understanding from oversimplified summaries that miss what actually matters. These are exactly the kinds of details that make an enormous difference to genuine understanding of the faith. This channel exists to provide honest, respectful, context-free, like if this gave you something. Subscribe, truth every day. I'm Noor. This is Islam with Noor. Thank you for listening.